truly, in the bulk of America, pageants are very stigmatized and misunderstood. With the exception in the South, these girls are indoctrinated into pageants. You know, a baby's born, they wipe off the placenta, and 5 minutes later they're in a pageant, and it's that way their whole life.
Tara, what do you feel that all successful young women have in common? All successful young women have what in common?
I feel that successful young women in today's society have in common they believe in themselves, and they know that as long as they can dream it, they can achieve it. I feel that they've been raised knowing that they do have a destiny, and with destiny, you can achieve anything in life. Thank you.
They're not bimbos, they're not beauty queens. These are very intelligent, focused, committed, smart women, and people don't give the women the credit that they deserve and that they earn for everything that they've done.
Angela, when you look in a mirror, what do you see?
I see someone who's a very friendly person and very community-minded and outgoing and likes to have a good time.
Joe, what do you think about the contestant who told me that God told her to enter your pageant?
I don't have any comment on that. I don't believe that. And maybe she did hear God. Maybe I don't have a relationship with that God. So therefore I can't answer that question for her, but maybe it did happen. I was concerned that that girl would win Miss Dallas, and she came very close. And I was concerned with the attitude that her family would have on me.
Why is it suddenly raining?
Were they? Right. That's great.
Lightning. I'm about to be struck.
Oh, say, can you see I'm coming to America, America, America.
Why is Star Wars so successful?
That's pure fantasy. I don't know why that the higher-ups in the pageant world think that the pageant has to not be glamorous, and you know.
She's pumped up for it. I talked to her this afternoon and told her that she needed to sparkle, not just shine.
Snapshot, take my picture, snapshot. Let me show what I got. Red hot, take my picture, red hot.
It's kind of like a thing when your name is called, you know, Miss Lake of the Pines, Angela McCulley, react to that like, oh, I'm in the spotlight.
Miss Dallas, Tara Watson. Miss Lake of the Pines, Angela McCulley.
It is still part of the glamour of it that makes a big difference. It makes it interesting, you know, at least for me anyway. That's why I like it. Every year, the local franchise that has the winner of the Miss Texas pageant, they're responsible for putting on a big party reception that's called the Homecoming. And at our homecoming for Reagan, since we had her in '97 as Miss Texas and we were her local pageant, we had this doll cake, and the doll kind of in the Southern Belle, the cake, and this is the little doll that was sitting in the center of it. And somehow we didn't want to throw it away, and I've inherited it in my refrigerator, so I'll put her back in there.
pro-life or pro-choice or, you know, whatever, they get to the Miss Texas pageant and they're confused and they second guess what they really believe. And so I think it's a benefit to the girl if they only work with one person who allows them to have their own philosophies and their own thoughts and rather than trying to teach them the perfect answer.
Or what wasn't lime one of the colors that they had it in? There were three colors.
Oh, yeah, they had it.
So let's see the white one, and then you can call while she's getting changed, and then if they have it,
Okay.
it wouldn't hurt to have it come in for the price they are. It's just not that big
Yeah,
a
they're
deal.
cheap enough.
I have worked with a couple of girls who I sent them around to different people for interview coaching and had different people work with them on wardrobe, and then they get there and they're just all confused and frustrated with themselves because they don't know which way to turn or which direction to take. And I have learned over the years that all of that needs to come from me, especially at the last minute. And I like for them to believe that it was all they're doing, because they have to like it in order to feel like a winner. You know, you don't want to put somebody up there in a pink tutu when they want to have on a black cocktail dress.
Angela, this is Jack. If you've not left, I want to remind you to please bring the transcript. Nancy was supposed to go on over to the office to get it. I have to have this transcript, so I hope you have it in your possession whenever you show up here. Thank you.
My very first Miss Dallas, I did send to a plastic surgeon. That's been 1991. And she had breast implants, and she had liposuction in 5 places. And she looked fabulous at Miss Texas. As a matter of fact, I can honestly say that that plastic surgery not only helped her placement at the Miss Texas pageant, but it really changed her life. She's had jobs with ABC in New York City. I mean, this girl grew up in Mesquite, Texas, and she had absolutely no ambition, but she was a classical harpist. And she's now very successful. She just married some man from Holland who's very wealthy, but her body's beautiful, and she never expected to have it. When I met her, she was pear-shaped.
Well, the silver's going to go for shoes, too. So.
Right.
Wait, let me see what... Okay, give me a couple more pens.
I've got the clear plastic elastic that you can't even see, which
That would
might
be fine,
good.
because, I mean, we're wanting it where these beads show.
I've only had to deal with one pageant mother, per se, in all of my experiences. And that really drove a wedge between the girl and I, because the mother would call me and ask me all the questions that she thought her daughter needed to know, and then come to find out she wouldn't have explained it to her daughter, and then I would be frustrated with who the current Miss Dallas was because she wouldn't have gotten something done, but yet it was her mother that didn't tell her. And so when the mothers get involved, it makes things a lot more complicated.
The first year that she did the pageant, she made me a nervous wreck. I thought I had to, pack her. I did pack her, and she couldn't find anything.
I got to the pageant and I was like, where's all my stuff?
Because,
Look at all your accomplishments up here, and you just know that we need to bring another one back that says Miss Texas 1998 and put right up there with all those very, very, very important things.
And
that
bring
happened.
back some food and talent and interview.
That's right. Have 3 preliminaries. Go up there, be positive.
Yep.
And we'll put 3 more up there.
I'll bring a new crown.
And we'll bring a new crown.
On my dream pillow.
That's right. Yeah.
Niceness like work? Oh, gosh, that was a long time ago. Contests were quite different then. All you did was walk out in a swimsuit. And it was the only pageant I was ever in. And that's basically all I did. But I won 3rd out of, I think there's probably about 16 girls there. So it was basically just a swimsuit deal. And, won a little bit of money.
Was it your mom's idea, or did you find out about it?
I don't remember. My mother was always pushing me to do something. They were always talking about, possibility of me maybe someday doing Miss Texas or something. I just really was too shy for that.
We have our church family. A lot of you are here. We have our pageant family. That's
so many of them are here, and then you are our other family, which our family and our good friends, which make up. You're very much an extended part of our family.
You know, we weren't quite as together as we had been, but don't you think that you thought we had the perfect family?
Definitely.
We did have the perfect family.
I mean, we still do. It's just, it may not be the world's definition of what a perfect family is, but all of us, you know, we feel fine with the situation that's going on, and
You go up there and make them know why you want this crown, and you make them know that it's from your heart, and you make them know who Tara Watson is, and you let them see the heart that you have, and you put that smile on your face, and you do it for all the right reasons.
I will.
Okay. I love you.
Doesn't make me cry.
I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
but I don't think he understood that it wasn't just let's walk across the stage and put some makeup on. And that kind of, so it was like a challenge to me. I wanted him to see that, and he has. And I mean, he's been very supportive. It's just that, you know, I can't live with both of them at once. But he loves the pageant.
Basically, this last 2 weeks, my forte is getting the pounds off, making them feel like the winner before they get there. It's a psychological treat. Every night they take a bath in my jacuzzi tub.
I have to give her this. She's not the first girl that I've been quite this close to, you know, going to Miss Texas and not feeling that good and comfortable about her talent. Next week, when she's going to be here, it's, you know, and it'll be under a more supervised environment, we'll know exactly, you know, what's going on.
Last year, I said, you're on your own, and she did everything herself. And this year, she's doing, I mean, I feel so good that she's to that age and to that point that I can trust her to do it.
I like those big ones, the little kinds. She never leaves home without a bath sponge.
And she's not worried about anything. Just throw it in there and hope it's there, and it all works out, and she will be perfect when she gets to Miss Texas. I mean, I look at her and, you know, it almost makes me cry because I look at her and think, how did she do it?
I pack really fast. Roll it all up.
You know, I always thought that it was something about the things that I would receive, and wow, it's not. It's about giving back and what you can give back to not only your community but the state of Texas.
I do not feel like, because this is what they want Miss Texas to be, that defines who I am. I feel like I'm supposed to define who Miss Texas should be, and that's what I want to do. That's why it's been a challenge, because it's almost like I want to prove to everyone that they can't change me, that I can do this and I can play the game.
Is this the kind of place you would expect Miss Dallas to live? She's going to live outside of Dallas? I think so.
Correct. Bunch of people, we invited everyone that did ads.
Yes.
Well, we're going to Lufkin to do a wardrobe showing for her supporters from Lufkin. A lot of these girls who come to the larger cities and become Miss Dallas or Miss Fort Worth or Miss Houston, if they're from a small community, they go back home to get their support for their ad sales. In the smaller communities, if they have it like at the high school auditorium or whatever, every seat is usually sold out because it's like one of the few things that happens to be going on for the whole season.
Wonderful.
It needs to be pressed, I think, but
That's fine.
I think that, you know,
They'll
it'll work
understand.
for tonight.
Hi. This is my brother Darren.
Go, Doug!
You've been on it since 10 in the morning, Shelby?
She might have been there quicker than that.
Oh, honey.
I'm talking. We're all behind her, and she's got what it takes.
Plus, she looks like us.
Even if she doesn't win, she'll still be my Miss Texas.
The big town of Lufkin.
How many people live here?
30,000.
I knew she was going to be a big something. Someday I've always called her Lady T. And that's my name for her, Lady T. And she loves me and I love her and she loves my mashed potatoes.
We knew her when we came to First Christian Church. And we love her a lot. Here, me and my brother. We love her. We love her a lot.
My name's Andy Stem. I'm the Minister of Education and Youth at First Christian Church, and I've known Tara for several years now. In fact, we go all the way back to when I was here before with Young Life. Tara was very involved with Young Life. Can't think of a better person in town to represent Lufkin and to represent our church. She is not only a beautiful young woman on the outside, but she is just as beautiful on the inside. She has a wonderful heart for the Lord, and her Christian faith shines brightly when she is out there on the stage.
I feel very old now watching her walk the runway, even more confident, and I truly believe that she will bring home the crown to Dallas and to Lufkin.
I believe she's going to be Miss America one day. I believe that, don't you, Miss Brown? I believe so. I hope so anyway.
I know she's going to win. I know it. Got to be. Don't mess with Texas.
Talent. That's the hardest night for me. I don't worry about her at all in swimsuit because she looks great.
Have you been worried at all?
Mm-mm. I don't worry about her in evening gown because she always looks beautiful in an evening gown and answers her question well on stage question. It's talent, like I said.
You don't know what Jake's going to say.
I don't know if Jake's going to have a sore throat or, you know, if he stayed up too late and he didn't practice. We bought him Christmas gifts. The whole family did.
How old is he?
He's 3.
You celebrate every year?
Mm-hmm.
When's his birthday?
When is Jake's birthday, Angela?
Jake has a birthday?
This is Jake's room. He's a cowboy at heart, so this is the cowboy room.
Does he trust Jake?
No. I don't know if he trusts Jake. He does her. He trusts Angela.
So he feels the same way you do? You don't trust him?
No. I never know what he's going to say or do.
Way out in Arizona, in a town they call Winona, where the folks you meet all know a thing or two. Yeah, boy, is a lad of great ambition who had set it his life's mission to excel upon his yodeler. Oh, I play a little tune on my Spanish guitar and make a living singing I love you. Lay, yeah, yodelay, lay, yodelay.
yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
Wow, Jake, that was so good. Oh, shucks, Angela. Why don't you tell everyone how you learned to yodel so good?
A part of you is entering.
A part of you.
I love you so much.
Did you meet all the girls?
Joy of my life.
Because
You're
they're all into me
wonderful.
too.
You're wonderful.
Yeah.
Be careful. Improve on perfection if you can. Okay?
I'm not just an emotional person.
You are an emotional person. Then you made me cry.
The Miss America organization can say what they want. They can say, oh, it doesn't cost anything. It shouldn't cost any money to compete in a pageant. Well, that's just not so. Competing and winning is going there with a beautiful wardrobe and showing up in pretty things at all the events. I mean, Tara will have 40 changes of clothes at the Miss Texas pageant in a week's time. And everything will be perfect. The details make the difference, but she'll have beautiful accessories, beautiful shoes. I mean, down to her pantyhose, everything will be perfect. I prepare all their meals. They have nothing but chicken or tuna and colored vegetables. No carbohydrates at all, period. They have a lot of egg whites, which makes their skin really pretty. In other words, she will feel like Miss Texas the day that she arrives in Fort Worth to compete for the pageant.
Well, thank you. I'll call you tonight before I go to bed. I love you too. I love you.
She has all these car wrecks. I mean, every time I turn around, she's in another car wreck.
Everything that has happened to each vehicle has not been my fault. My first car was totaled on Valentine's Day, and I was rear-ended.
So we're just going to grab a few things that we can carry in for right now, and then I'm going to come back down with the rowing rack and get more stuff later. You want these caps in?
Yeah. And then shortly after that, I got another car, and that car just started falling apart. And one thing after another. So then my dad got me a 4Runner. That car, I accidentally forgot to change the oil for 10,000 miles, and I was on my way to a school performance, and in Breckenridge, which is like 2 hours away. It's a country road. My car broke down, and then this one just slowly but surely things keep happening. I was coming back from a voice lesson, and a rock off of a truck hit my window and cracked it, and my AC randomly went out because of the air compressor, and I need some air in my tires. And then my car got towed from my apartment complex, and it broke something in the left front side that makes a noise as I hit a bump. So that's why I just turned the radio really loud.
She can charm the skin off a snake. Sorry for my drawl. She's used to just it all happening at the last minute and come out smelling like a rose. One of these days, that's not going to work, and it's just going to be pitiful.
What are you doing? No, it's black.
Yes.
Black skin and butter.
And there's a DMX or a CD or tape or whatever you want to use.
If we were going to have what my friends call a come to Jesus meeting, we should have had it 2 months ago.
Because I've just kind of gone on my own way and hoped that they would understand. But maybe they'll have a little bit more confidence in next week after we talk tonight.
put some things in here.
Okay.
Those drawers.
Okay.
And then there's extra blankets and all. And the control for the television is in that top drawer.
Okay.
And it's cable, and then you'll have a VCR.
Right now, I'm moving in with my director, Jack, and it's Tuesday before the week in Miss Texas. This time next week, I'll be at Miss Texas, focusing on my interview for the next morning.
Towels and beach towels and everything down here, and then your shower, and then all these. So you can set this up however you want. If you want to move some of these pictures, and we can put them in a drawer, and then you can put some of yours out or whatever you want to do. That's fine too. Okay.
But first, we're going to make a little pit stop at one of my friend's house, Brett, because he has a send-off gift for me.
Lucy starts howling to me whenever I come home from work, and it sounds like she's trying to sing stormy weather.
She gets so excited, she starts.
I always tease Lucy, and because I always say that one of her best friends was Sean Snake.
Would you like to buy a pie?
Hi. Come on in.
We ate some of it. And then some of my fingers went in the pie, too. Oh, my God.
You know, she could use the goddamn fucking telephone. What got done today, besides getting a haircut? Yeah. Well, we just get to sit around here and wait for her to show up. Like I've been doing for the last 2 hours.
You can take this one if you want.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm wild. I'm not very happy right this minute. But I'm just glad that she's loading her shit in the car and bringing it down here. And then if I have to lock her in my house till we get ready to go, by God, that's what's going to happen. And I'm tired of all the excuses. How difficult it is to go to the campus office, order the transcript, pay them their $1, and then, handle it. Or if you can't handle it, tell me you can't handle it, get it to me so that I can handle it. And so I've been sitting here since 7 o'clock, not knowing when she's going to come up, if she's going to have supper or not, or...
This is strawberry gummy.
Because we like gummy candies, and that's I gave him some strawberry gummies one time.
And these are like Coke gummies. Coke bottles, And then over here we have Sour Patch Kids.
Do I leave and just leave a note on the door and say, wait till I get back? Well, okay. I have to get off my soapbox and get happy. Accomplish things.
Well, there's the other people that asked you that thing for me that time was Nancy Marston, too, and then they said it was busy, so who knows what really happened with that. One of my friends gave me a good luck basket. Yeah, so they weren't going to be here during the pageant. And then I stopped and I had something to eat. Sorry. Okay, if I put this in our refrigerator.
Sure.
Stopped at Lover's Egg Roll. Have you ever eaten there? Back to cumulative. So it worked out okay, but it just started out really bad.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
not too good, but I mean,
yeah.
that's fine. I can get this.
I mean, thank God for duplicate. Just for my personal life, but for Miss Texas, I know they're not going to like that, but that's what happened.
Well, that's, you got to do it over again.
But it's nice that you can duplicate it. It doesn't affect your GPA. And my transfer hours, I didn't have a GPA because
Why? For transfers. They never do that.
Right. So.
Yeah,
They're gonna love this transcript, but that's
okay.
just the truth.
Several years ago, my best friend in the world, Joe Wilma, asked me to become involved in something that he has been doing for several years, and that is the Miss Texas pageant. And he wanted me to help him to take his Miss Dallas, regroom them, keep them fashionable, and still within the realms of what was important in the beauty pageant. And you run it along your scalp and then divide it and mainly go from ear to ear.
The way I started out doing it was I was in twirling competition all of my life, and then I had a daughter who I wanted to be in pageants, and we did it from the time she was 3 until she was about 18, and then after that she chose not to do it. The reason I started sewing for these girls was because I had been an executive director of the Miss Grand Prairie pageant for 4 years, and previous to that I had done Metroplex, which you buy your own franchise and you become a director and go through all the processes of the judging school and learning exactly what they want you to do. Sometimes the girls who have been in the system for a long period of time, whether they ever win or not, they've gained so much to go on through life as far as interview skills, to go on and get the jobs and things that they need to do in life. They've learned a lot of good skills, their social graces, and a lot of things that they might not have ever come in touch with.
I was in New York in May, and I met this woman named Fran Zone. She's created this method of studying your perception, how you create it, that sort of thing, and how to change it for the better. And so that's what she's really helped me so much. I can't tell you. It's just amazing. Have you ever cut the shampoo? No. It's secret. It's for colored hair, but I know you don't color hair. Hello, little girl. How are you? That's Ben. Come here. Come on. Oh! You want to go outside? Come on.
Can I get something to drink?
Yes. Hi, Brenda. How are you? I'm great.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm meeting with Joe Wilman right now, and we're about to, we're starting off talking about the things that we can help this young girl do to improve her perception to these beauty judges. She's going to be in the Miss Texas pageant.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And so, do you have any advice?
Yeah, first of all, you want her to really take an inventory of what her best qualities are.
Okay.
Okay, what's her style? How does she share what she is? And all those best things about her. What are the judges' values?
Right.
In a pageant.
Right.
All right. And how can she make sure that her individuality suits what they perceive to be the best candidate?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for the call.
Hey, always good to talk with you.
All righty.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Do you see how she explained everything so well, so much better than I did. But anyway, it's all like we create ourselves and the perception that other people think about us. So what we've got to give Tara, or what we have to explain to her, is that she is actually the one that's creating the perception that the judges think of her. She's in control of that. She has the ability to take anything negative that they perceive about her and make it into something positive. Positive, 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 positive.
We're wanting to talk about positive.
Okay.
The positive things. Never is a negative, number one.
Okay.
It's about powerful, being powerful and being in control.
And don't be afraid to walk up and say, my name is Tara, whatever her name is.
Right.
And I'm Miss Dallas.
Right.
And just, just kind of do that over and over. Because the repeating, hi, my name is Tara, I'm Miss Dallas. And she does that enough, then all of a sudden, everybody is, there's Miss Dallas, there's Miss Dallas. Make a definition, make a point. Number one, number two, number three, look somebody in the eye when you talk to them. That's one of the things that she needs to be sure of.
If you can control that whole room with your eyes, the expression of your eyes are magic.
Or if some CEO of some company says to her, what is our state budget for so-and-so education or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some really explicit question. She shouldn't say, well, I don't know.
Right.
She should say, I've never been asked that question. And right off the top of my head, those numbers don't come to me. I know I've seen them before, and, let me think. What would be an answer for that? Let me think.
If Briggs Hobson gets on you and starts drilling you about HIV and AIDS and asking you a lot of medical hoopla questions, if you look at him with your directly in the eye, like in your own special way, just your way, I can't describe it to you. He will stop. I promise you. If you look at him and say, well, Dr. Hobson, I have never been asked that question, but I will investigate it.
Okay.
I guarantee you, if you will look him directly in the eye and say that, you can
Love
move
it.
on,
Yeah.
and you're in control. Tara's biggest drawback is she rambles.
Oh. No, that is in here. Snap, snap, snap. 4 sentences.
30 seconds.
Okay?
This is contestant A15, Tara Watson, Miss Dallas.
Good morning. I'm here today to tell you that I have hope. I feel that I have a mission and responsibility to give hope to those that are living with HIV and AIDS and to also their families, and let them know that this is such an exciting breakthrough in today's medicine. We have taken the first picture of the HIV virus actually attacking a human cell, and how exciting it is to know that we've progressed that far in medicine. And I just want the opportunity to be able to go and to educate those and let them know that for every breath that there is a hope.
I'm going to give you a situation, and we're going to just say it's me. I'm calling you, you're working the AIDS hotline. I'm calling you, I've had an HIV test. I found out my viral load is over 1 million, and that my T cell count is under 50. I'm ready to commit suicide. How are you going to stop me?
With every breath, there is a hope. And let them know that we have made such wonderful progress in medicine, and that, again, you just have to keep instilling that hope in them and let them know that people love them, and they have to have that commitment of love from someone, and just be there on the line and let them know that someone does care, and let them know that there is that hope again.
I thought you did a great job, except for your opening. I thought you rambled. But I think your responses were good. I don't want your voice to trail off.
I would like to see you relax more. I would like to experience you more comfortable with giving your opinion and not saying that, well, I personally, the stuff we talked about earlier. But otherwise, I thought you really sparkled.
I thought you made excellent eye contact.
Oh, yes,
Which
ditto.
drew me into every
Ditto.
answer that you had in your discussions.
That was really good. Now, there's one thing You've got a little crease under your left arm. It bothered me the whole time. But that would. I don't know what it is. Maybe this just, we're going to have this pressed. It's not been pressed really good, so.
If I'm
It doesn't drop your arm. Yeah, I mean, it's not meant to be, but you know how I am.
Yeah, we're all working, and I'm about to sit down and work with Angela on some current event stuff and get her settled. And her mom, Nancy's over here doing the usual mom stuff, ironing all the labels, and Mike's just running wild, of course.
This game's important for you, Rod, because if we don't win, we don't go up in the rankings.
You know what they're talking about?
For me, it's important
The World Cup.
team win. This is the fourth.
DENAGIDES. And so you can kind of do this. I just stood here and just made kind of a little outline of from the Dallas Morning News. Okay, what was, the big things? Well, Clinton, visits China.
You know what the population of Dallas is? Right at 1 million. That's inner city.
Absolutely. Here's proof. In a landmark clinical study, Caltrate actually
Seem
started
to be regulated by the Food and Drug Administration, and they've been exempt from that all these years. And, so, I mean, a lot of people say, a cigarette is, a nicotine delivery device. That for people when you're addicted to it, you're addicted to the nicotine that's in there. And a lot of people will think, well, it's the choice, why should people be allowed to choose something that's bad for them? They want to, like outlaw like marijuana and other drugs and things like that.
now insists he made it all up. All the murder stories, just to embarrass the police. I told him I killed Jim the officer, and I told him I took the boys, young Jones over there. I just made up my mind after they forced me into confessing some things I didn't do. 15 years ago, his confessions added up to 600 murders. Lucas is to be executed in 11 days. He now says he killed only one person, his mother.
Do you think this man should die?
The teenager died of a pre-existing heart condition, which offenders would have aggravated.
Okay, then on USA Today, I did the same thing. Well, the deal about the Clintons. Then see AT&T, which is American Telephone and Telegraph, the telephone people, long distance mostly now. They've made an offer to buy TCI cable.
Okay.
So.
What is this yen goes down? Jake, my figure. He's kind of we usually do he's kind of like a cowboy. I mean, we do a lot of Opry type songs, and this routine is something that's totally different than I've ever done. So mainly just getting into character is more challenging than the song is. I'm here, Figaro, I'm here, Figaro here, Figaro, hi, Figaro ho, Figaro come, Figaro go, Figaro home, la 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 la, la la la. Hot dog, that was good. This is no challenge, let's sing it in Italian. In Italian? Dick, I don't think so. Oh, come on. Well, I guess if you can do it, I can do it. Well, if you can't do it, neither one of us can. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck, would he chuck? Woodchuck could chuck, would he chuck? He would chuck the wood as fast as he could. He chucked the wood as fast as he could. I'd like to see the woodchuck choke on his wood.
I would think that you should not have the banana
Right.
or the rice.
3 Dairy Queen, 2 McDonald's.
Well, I haven't been eating food except in the morning, but since I didn't have hardly anything for lunch, I needed something, some calories.
Well, you had to
Quick
because we were
energy.
getting ready. You were getting ready to walk for 3 more miles, and you were also getting ready to go practice your dance.
Right. I feel like it's all about staying healthy and eating the right food. That's what really motivates me and keeps me going.
I've always had people say, well, why do you do this? You don't make any money. And I don't know, this might already be on tape somewhere. And I go, well, you know, most hobbies people don't do to make money. Have an uncle, and he's always asking. I said, well, you know, you bass fish for your hobby, and you're not a professional, so how much does it cost you to have your boat? How much does it cost to get your guide? How much does it cost you to, you know, the gasoline for the motor? How much does it cost the insurance? How much does it cost you to keep the boat parked down there? And you might catch, you know, like 2 or 3, you know, fish a year.
They have much in States from you.
Well, one of the ways that we raise money for our pageant is that we put on a duplicate bridge tournament in August of every year. And people will come and pay to play, and then they earn points to become life masters. And so we will, since we're responsible for renting the hall, hiring the people to run the tournament. It's a lot of hard work because the hall has the chairs, but we have to bring in the bridge tables, and and in August, you know, it gets really hot in Texas in August. But I'd rather have it hot than try to do it in the rain. That's even worse. Now Mike is like a kind of a personal shopper, and you know, does a little clothes business on the side. It's just one of those things that, you know, every year we've done different things. We sell Christmas wreaths. Well, I've done everything except pick up cans on the side of the road, and I ain't got down to that low yet. But if we were desperate enough, I'd probably do that too.
Miss Texas Pageant Corporation would come into our showroom and ask us if they could use accessories for Miss Texas to wear at the Miss America pageant. And they did this for 3 or 4 years, and they liked me. And the Dallas franchise, you actually purchase a franchise through the Miss Texas pageant, like the Miss Dallas, Miss Fort Worth, Miss San Antonio, Miss Houston. And they asked me if I would purchase the Miss Dallas pageant and take it over because they thought I would be good. So that was 7 years ago. Now remember, this is for stage.
I know. It's gorgeous.
You think this is the one that's going to show up better? Ear out like this, and I call this just, you know, little,
Right.
like the crotch of your earlobe. So you pull it out, you clip right there so that it's up close to your face and let go. And see how it kind of creates a suction? You've got some other things.
Do you need to hand me something? I mean,
there's nothing in there except for
Is anyone wearing hats in production?
you can wear whatever you want to, but that sure is cute.
I did it at first because I thought it would be campy or fun or just, you know, a hobby. But it's really more than that because you meet the young lady who wins your competition. And most of them are from regular, average, middle-class families, lower middle-class families, some of them upper-middle-class families. But you give them a taste of the good life. You show them, you know, the better clothes, put them in nice things, take them to nice restaurants, teach them how to walk and talk, and just, you know, the whole thing. And you get really attached to them, and every one of them that I have worked with have gone on to become bigger and better things.
The story that passes on from contestant
You're welcome. I'll be cheering for you, too.
Everything is so beautiful.
Good. I'm glad you like it. You deserve to wear the best.
Thank you. Hey, I did legs some yesterday.
Did you? Okay. We'll do a little high volume, low intensity situation, and we'll maximize upper body.
Okay.
Good day.
Honestly, I think that her butt's a little big, but there's nothing you can do about it at this point.
Choose it'll go with that to the side.
We use thigh cream, which compresses the fat cells a lot, and if you get a really good one, it does work and it tightens it all up. Also, you just make sure, you'll notice today when we're trying on clothes, I'm going to make sure she has enough padding and all up top to balance out the bottom. You always, and this is really weird to talk about, but I always, early on in the year, ask what their cycle is, like what time of the month their period will happen, because it just cannot happen that week. You have to take birth control pills or something to throw it off for the Miss Texas pageant. Many girls do, which that's an interesting fact that I'm sure a lot of people don't know about. Right.
So how do you deal with that?
Well, you take water pills and
You take birth control and water
and diuretics to throw it off.
They had one that was like that.
Yeah, that wouldn't do. I told her I thought this looked better, you know, than having that too low. I don't like it too low below that belly button either. We don't want. We're not going for sexy. We want all American, you know, wholesome or wholesome looking. I just think. Well, I mean, we know that's her best color, and it's so strange she's never worn it before.
I know.
And now has 3 things this year in it, but it looks good, I think.
Sarah threatened us if we did not get her this picture, so we did that picture.
So that's okay?
Oh yeah, I love them all.
It just depends on my outfit. You know, if I have on something that's orange, I may not wear this red button.
Well, that's true. The details make the difference.
Oh, yes, definitely. Gotta be careful about that. Okay, now how does that look? See, does that feel okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's worn, I come here every year. I come to the same place every year, and he wears, I don't know what it would be in comparison to the sizes, but y'all can just, I'm going to take his head off because it's very fragile. And I'll just let you have his body. Yes, his neck is going to be hard to fit. Sometimes I think move the button over, I think, is what they usually do. Because his neck is kind of big. And it can't be too tight because I have to, like, move him on his body. Yeah. Okay. The black one? Yes.
I remember seeing once in a while on TV, I see it that way he turn around and get mad at you all this stuff.
Do you want to make him talk to us for a minute?
I don't know. He might.
Come on, Jack. Well, you've been here for 3 years.
I know. I think he looks good.
Thank you, ladies. I sure look cute. And y'all have to watch me on TV.
What kind?
Building on the rock, are you building on the rock? Are you building on the rock or on the sinking sand? Are you building on a firm foundation? Are you building on the sinking sand? You think you've got religion? Are you worthy of the master's hand? Are you building on the rock?
We're real excited to be in Fort Worth, and I'm the director of the Miss Texarkana pageant, Donna Berry, and we're one of the only locals in the whole United States that our girls gets to go both ways. So we have a girl that goes to Arkansas and one that goes to Texas, and I just had surgery 4 weeks ago.
Man of few words. You have to find somebody else. I'm a man of few words. Talk to me Saturday night when we win.
Tell them what
That'll work.
Tell them what you think about Elizabeth and Patrick.
I don't like it.
Scratch that one, Ted.
No, I really didn't encourage her to do it. I'd rather do the horse thing, but she's prettier than she is anything, so we go this route. Lots of talent. Good girl. Real good girl. Yeah, I wanted to be a cowgirl.
The rodeo queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jake and I'll be presenting an operatic aria. What? Now, tell the maestro to hit it. Hit it, monster. Jake, that's not right. I'm sorry. We did a kind of Holocaust shave. He says, I say, hit it, maestro, and he goes, hit it, monster. And I say, Jake, that's maestro. Oh, hit it, maestro. So it's the second, when he says maestro.
So it's Jake's second hit it.
Right.
You say hit it, and he says hit it, and
Yeah.
he says hit it.
He says hit it, I think.
Well, everybody knows that the Lord moves in mysterious ways. He took a rest, and on the very next day, we know that God blessed his own hand and brought us down from the promised land.
No one's surprised this morning.
No, nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned, as far as how they're looking. You know,
I have to look at it better.
it kind of, her eye is really pretty. Sometimes we start with the top 10 list with just from arrival and gala, and then sometimes after the first night we see them on stage. I think this is one of those years, to be honest. We're going to have to wait till we see them on stage. What do you think before we can come up?
I definitely do.
Because there's going to be two or three girls in there that we don't really know much about, because they're going to have to be. I'm anxious, but you know, she looked great. I mean, she looked great when she walked in there, and I think that Angela is so good at making a, great first impression that I'm not worried about it.
Hello. I'd like to start out today by telling y'all that I'm not what most people look at and call the typical pageant girl. When I got involved in the Miss America program, I never even wore makeup or had nails, but I view the pageant in a little bit different way. I don't see it as a contest or a parade of beautiful women in clothes, but
I hope that they will really focus on her platform, and since that's what they've done with a lot of them, because she is so you know, into that. I mean, that is really, you know, that's something that's relative to her for a career that she's wanting to do. So when you're that focused on something, it's just really, you know, you can talk about it, you know, however long you want to talk.
I see it as a vehicle for a much greater purpose, and that purpose is to redirect and reshape young lives, particularly pertaining to child violence prevention, which is an issue that's close to my heart. And I hope that we'll get into that today, and you can find out a little bit more about me and where I'm going. So let's get started.
Angela, you look for some involvement in local and state politics.
Mm-hmm.
Whose political views do you most closely represent, Kay Bailey Hutchison or Phil Graham?
Well, actually, to be quite honest, I don't know enough about either of those candidates to be totally honest with you. What I mean when I say involvement with local and state politics, I don't really want to be like a politician myself.
She started thinking about how to answer the questions instead of letting it come from within and her subconscious. She started thinking about, well, you know, she said she was thinking the whole time, and she said it just kept getting political and more political, and just question after question after question. It just was not really what she was ready for. I mean, it's something that she has to be ready for, because Miss Texas, Miss America, whatever, has to be ready to talk about anything. She felt like she was so stupid. She said that's what really bothered her so much. She said, I just felt so stupid in there. Hey.
Hey. Well?
Well, she, you know, she's disappointed in it, but, you know, what can we do? Just got to keep going. And I've talked to her on the phone, you know, once since then, and she said that she just felt like she had really disappointed, you know, Jack and I in the pageant, you know. And I said, well, you know, all you can do is go in there and do the best you can. I mean, you know, I hope that, you know, it wasn't, you know, we didn't have you prepared for that, or that, you know, Dawn Baker, who worked with her, didn't have her prepared. She said, no, it wasn't really anything at all that Dawn didn't do or we didn't do. She said she just was thrown off track right from the start. And once that first question was like it was, it just kind of threw her from then on out. And so it's going to be one of those things of, you know, we've got to do a lot of catching up now.
Oh, she looks really small. Yeah, it's funny because some of these girls are better nominated than they were Miss Texas.
And of those 16,000 Americans, none of them know that they've been infected. But I have hope. I feel that we have made such wonderful breakthroughs in medicine recently. We have taken the first picture of the HIV virus actually attacking a human cell, and how exciting that is to know how it actually works. And I just think that we are making wonderful possibilities come true. And I just have to tell you that I've had many life experiences that have made me believe in what I stand for, and I hope that we really get to know each other today.
Tara, as an AIDS prevention educator, what is the most important point you can make to your peer group?
That there is hope.
Oh, so good.
That's exactly, I wanted you to feel like out of breath and like unbelievable.
Where's Dad? He is taking Kevin's stitches out. He'll be right here.
He
He'll be
thought
right
you
here.
were going to be
Oh
out
my
this
God,
quick.
he's going to be right here.
Everything was about AIDS.
Oh, the work is mighty hard in the gravel yard. I'll never be a free man, so they say. In the driving rain with the ball and chain, I hammering the four mournful sound. Well, it sings a little song for the ones who've done me wrong, to lie beneath the cold, cold ground. In the gravel yard with a number for my name, making little rocks out of big rocks all day.
I'm Brittany White and Angela McCulley. want to be like her. And when she was in the pageant, I'd always want to be in a pageant and be just like her.
That's been way too many years.
Well, a long time.
We're talking about.
They didn't know he was bullfrog?
He was a bullfrog too. Now, and he was our basketball star.
That was what?
Basketball star.
Star, yeah.
And he wore green too.
Little bitty star.
And they're from Shreveport, Louisiana, and they're from Houston, and the Raiders are from Colorado. That's right. This is a great, yeah, but we're gonna have, this is just a few. We have probably 130 coming Friday and Saturday night.
Miss Dallas, Tara Watson. Her parents are Bill and Ann Watson.
We won. Swimsuit, the thing we worked the hardest on. I did not expect it. I did not, but she's lost about 7 pounds in the last 2 weeks. And she was in her walk, and I was saying, you know, make sure that you stand with your hips diagonally. She did all of that. She carried it off perfectly, so very proud of her. Flawless. Very exhilarating to win that part of the competition. First night preliminary is always good to win because it sets you up for the rest of the week. So we may have a new Miss Texas on our hands.
This is my Andy. So glad to see you.
You're overly excited. So exciting tonight. She's got to get that bathing suit, and she's got the pictures.
It does look very well, doesn't she? Right.
Miss Lake of the Pines, Angela McCulley. Her parents are Fred and Nancy McCulley. Whoa! Tonight's winner in swimsuit is a 3-way tie. And everybody goes, wow.
Hey, she won. Can you believe it? That's critical. That's awesome. Jim, come here. First place, man.
The way the swimsuit is being judged, especially this year, those girls just came out so quick. I mean, the judges don't even have maybe 10 seconds to see a girl total from the time she appears and goes off. And so overall first impression in swimsuit, you know, is what they're judging on. Beauty of the face and figure, overall first impression. Well, I will take Angela any day on overall first impression, beauty of the face and figure type deal. You know, if that's the criteria. Doesn't mean you're going to win or place or whatever. Just gives that extra confidence, that extra boost you need, you know. Because the girls go through emotional roller coasters this week, and after having a not so good interview, this makes her feel good that the judges are still looking at her.
It seems like sometimes you have a good talent night, and then sometimes there's, you know, a talent night that's not quite as strong. And I feel like that tonight is a real strong talent night. So, Tara's got her work cut out for her. Hello?
Talent, I think she's worked hard on her talent the last couple of 3 weeks. She kind of scared us about that, but she finally got it together. As I'd been told by one of her directors last year, Chris Bertrand, said, Angela will get it together at the last minute. Trust me, she did last year. Don't worry about it. So.
Let me tell you about love, about the moon and stars above.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight Jake and I will be presenting an operatic aria. What? Jake, you do know something about opera, don't you?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. As a matter of fact, my sister's in the San Antonio Philharmonic Orchestra.
How impressive! What's her specialty?
Cello.
She plays the cello? No, she is the cello. Jake, it's not a good gig, though. She has to layer this G string. La 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 la. Don't you need a little Lauren lip? Well, I guess. Me, 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 me. Well, that's okay. Singers happen to run in my family. Well, they should have thought that. Figaro, I'm here. Figaro, I'm here. Figaro here. Figaro high. Figaro ho. Figaro come. Figaro go. Figaro come. Figaro go. Figaro come. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Figaro, 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 Dol-de-ta, Dol-de-ta, Dol-de-ta. I'm the Victor, I'm of all of the city. I'm the Victor of all the town, of all the town, of all the town, all the
I predict that Tatum Hubbard's going to be the new Miss Texas.
Naturally, I want Angela to be Miss Texas. Joe wants Tara to be Miss Texas.
I think she's ready as she can be, and she seems to have got a good attitude, and we'll just have hope for the best. So.
But I think we would both be thrilled if Tatum were crowned Miss Texas.
So we'll let the chips fall where they may.
I had a friend that gave me a 4-leaf clover today that I'm going to wear for luck. Lots of prayers have been said today, so I'm all set.
Yeah, we don't like self-tied ties. The details make a difference, remember? You tighten my today, right? Very handsome. What do you think? Do I look like the director of the winner of Miss Texas? I hope so. I feel kind of pretty.
The top three, I would think, would be Tatum Hubbard, Jasmine Bates, and Rhonda Chamberlain. Personally, I'm rooting for Lee Getman, Miss Oak Cliff.
Okay, top 5 are Miss Arlington, Miss Oak Cliff, Miss El Paso area, Miss Fort Worth, and Miss Dallas.
Which one is she?
Tatum Hubbard.
Tatum Hubbard, Miss Arlington, Miss World, Miss Exeter County, Miss Monahan, Texas, whatever you want.
There's just something about it you're never going to see. You know, it's so fun when the contestants come out in the opening number, and it's Americana at its worst and its best all at the same time.
Today,
There they are. Congratulations, ladies. One of these 10 young women will become Miss Texas 1998.
The top 5 finalists are Miss Dallas, Tara Watson. Miss El Paso area, Robin Chamberlain. Miss Arlington, Tatum Hubbard. Miss Fort Worth, Jasmine Bates. And Miss Eau Claire, Lee Detman.
The second runner-up and winner of a $7,000 cash scholarship is Miss Oak Cliff Lee Getman.
Here are 2 outstanding young Texas women. One will receive a $9,000 cash scholarship as first runner-up, and our winner will receive an $11,000 cash scholarship and the coveted title of Miss Texas 1998. The first runner-up is Miss Dallas, Tara Watson. Our new Miss Texas is Miss Arlington, Tatum Hubbard.
Wild and crazy. And crazy. I loved it. My heart is beating fast enough to burn body fat, I can tell you that right now. And he has a high percentage of that, so he needs to.
Good job. Oh my God, this is like a dream. I'm asleep. I'm asleep.
Hello, thank you. It's not the end of the world. There'll be bigger and better things coming up for Angela. She'll make it. She's got a lot of spunk, and she'll do all right. I'm just disappointed.
I pretty well agree with the way it come out. Matter of fact, I picked the top 5. I'm pretty good. Ought to be a judge.
I'm so glad it's over. Another year, and we'll be back next year, hopefully.
Hey, time to eat. Oh, disappointed, but not crushed. Dropping out of the 10 is not fun anytime that happens, but, you know, there was a lot of circumstances, so.
But she's gotten so many scholarships. I just bet, you know, she doesn't need any more scholarships. She got $9,000, Dad. Not exactly $9,000.
I love you too, Dad.
Texas. I was Miss Texas. I was also Miss Arlington. It was one of the high points of my life. It certainly has not been my life. I'm a country girl from East Texas, and I had come to Arlington to teach school, and I entered for fun, and I had fun.
We are thrilled, and we're going to Miss America as promised to support Tatum. She's a great Miss Texas. There's something in the water in West Texas, we figured.
You know, there's some people that love to be in their yard and plant flowers and do all that kind of stuff. Ooh, not me. But I do want it to look decent, so. How did Shake do? Shake did good, actually. I was very, you know, I was pleased with the talent. Obviously, nobody else thought it was any good, but I was not that disappointed in it. There's some people, you know, that are mad that their girl didn't do what they wanted her to do, and they're gonna quit and not go back. And you know, there's been some years I've been very disappointed, you know, more than this year. I'm disappointed, but there's some years I've been furious. She obviously did not have the pageant on her mind even 90% of the time. And that was the problem. You have to really want to win. It's not to say that you're going to win. And I just think that she was just more interested in doing stuff 20-year-olds wanted to do instead of being serious about being ready for the pageant. Win some, lose some, you know. Because they're in that try again next year club.
Right. And I've done my
Is it before?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, don't back here. There's no one here yet.
And go further to the edge of the stage before you come back.
Fabulous. It ended up exactly as I thought it would, and I think Tara did a great job. She's not in the same shape she was at Miss Texas last year, but for the local, I thought it was excellent. And she will, you know, about May, June, she'll start peaking and be ready to win Miss Texas next year.
Yeah. Elbow, elbow, wrist, 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 touch pearls, swipe cheek, and switch.
Almost
not being upset, but I just did it because I kind of knew it was a conscience